Hey, Dr. Mike Wiming here from IncomeMD. It's been a while since I've created a video for you, but I wanted to share with you a post I recently saw on Sermo, one of the physician boards, and I wanted to let you know my take on this. Uh, the email came, fed up with medicine, and let me just read it to you. Um, it's all anonymous. It's an internist, and he says, I've been in practice in 17 years. I'm burnt out. I'm board certified and recertified internist. I've practiced high quality evidence based medicine long before it was the in things to do. It says, I'm fed up with the disrespect shown to me by insurance companies, employers, the government, and some patients. And I'm considering opening my own practice in a fee-for-service model, no insurance accepted. It'd be a new startup practice. I want to get out of the game of letting others dictate how I practice and what I will get paid for it. Does anybody have any advice on how I could do this? I have a fairly good idea of how to run a practice from the medical standpoint, but I'm less sure about the business part of the equation. I'd appreciate any advice on how to do this. Now, I get emails like this all the time at IncomeMD, and whether or not you're a physician who wants to start their own practice or just want to get into a new venture or a new project, this kind of email just kind of resonates with me. I see a lot of physicians just struggling in the same boat, whether or not it is their own practice, and what it sounds like he just wants to do something different. He wants to do something where he doesn't have a boss over his head. He wants to practice medicine in his own terms, which is what we all, want to do. So I wanted to just dictate 4 points that I think might help steer him in the right way, and hopefully will steer you as well. Um, so first off, like I said, it doesn't sound like he wants to do something specific. The first thing before you do any type of practice, and I've started up practices and did things on my own. First is all my ventures have been self-funded. So I don't take any business loans. I don't take any major things that'll put me in debt. Most of us, we already have medical school loans. Why are we going to add another 20, 50, or 100,000? So before you do anything, try to avoid doing it. And if you have to work, just go ahead and, you know, work on the side until you get to where you want to be. You just don't want to quit and then, take another 100, $200,000 loans, which might take another 5, 10 years or longer to start up your own practice. Um, if you do, you want to make sure you've got to have something in place that you can actually start, funneling this new venture. So, if you're sick and tired of doing this, go ahead and quit. Quit. Do what you have to do. I was in a position where I was a shareholder I was a shareholder in my practice, and it took me 6 months to actually leave, and I actually had to pay to get out of that situation. But I was generating income on the side. If you got to work extra hours, do some moonlighting, do some locum tenens, do what you need to do to get where you want to be. Cash flow is king. It's all about cash flow, cash flow, cash flow. Then you take that money and then deposit it in where you want to be. Start up that practice. If you don't want to do it on your own, find other people that you can partner up with and use their money to help do this. That's a great way of again there as well. Another thing I wanted to share, there was in the thread they were talking about, hiring a practice management consultant. The best person to help you on this new practice is find other people, other doctors who are doing the practice that you want to do. Go ahead, just look on the internet, Google. If you want to start up a weight loss practice, find somebody who's started a successful weight loss practice. If you want to start a pain management practice, find a doctor who has a successful pain management practice. Find somebody else out there who's doing what you want to do. And if they're not willing to share, hey, pick up the phone, say, hey, I want to shadow you. Do what it takes. How much would it cost if I shadowed you for a couple days just to see what you're doing? Don't do it in a doctor in your specific area. Do it, or if you live in the West California, go into the East. You don't want it. You just want to say, hey, I just want to learn what you're interested in doing. I'm looking to establish it. Can I get on the phone with you and just chat, see what you're doing? The worst thing I can say is no, right, on there. But the first person to do is to follow in people's footsteps. Success leaves clues, okay? So follow people who are already successful and doing what they're doing. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. I'm just trying to follow people who are already successful. And finally, my last point is do it because you want to do it. In his email, he said he just wants to do something different. He's not sure what that is. You need to cement exactly what you want to do. The money will come later. You got to have passion. You don't want to get into something, you don't want to get into an area where you don't want to be doing it and it's just about the money, because it's going to be temporary, it's not going to last, and you're just going to end up wanting to do something different. So you got to have passion whatever you want to do. So I hope those points resonate with you. Looking forward to sharing you guys another video. Also, too, we've got something coming up in July. We're doing a little mastermind. If you'd like to get more information of it, we're having it in July in San Diego. It's called our Beach Retreat. If you want information, just go ahead and email me at incomemdretreat@gmail.com. incomemdretreat@gmail.com. I'll send you all the details. It's going to be close-knit physicians. Probably going to talk about it more of it later in the upcoming weeks, but if you want to get the inside scoop, go ahead and email me. I'll be happy to share with that. So, till then, this is Dr. Mike with IncomeMD. Keep moving forward.